Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this value added program of soft skills. Today, we shall be talking about leadership skills. What exactly is this leadership? One who creates an inspiring vision of the future, one who motivates and inspires people to engage with that vision, one who manages delivery of the vision, one who coaches and builds a team so that it is more effective at achieving the vision of the leader is the leader. Leadership skills can help you in all aspects of your career, from applying for jobs to seeking career advancement. It is one of the many soft skills that employers value. Leadership skills often incorporate several different personality traits and communication abilities that are useful for anyone to learn and practice over time. Leadership is less about your needs and more about the needs of the people and the organization you are leading. Leadership styles are the people involved and the particular challenges facing the organization. Leadership involves managing, coordinating, supervising, taking responsibility for people, directing organization, and, in fact, motivating them. Assess yourself now. How good are you at leadership? How good are your leadership skills? Let's play a small game. I want you all to be ready with a paper and pen. Take a piece of paper or maybe a notebook and pen and be very, very genuine in answering the questions that I'm going to ask you. Choose the best response that describes you for each statement given. Please answer questions as you actually are and not how you think you should be. Be very loyal in answering them. Ready? The question number 1. When assigning tasks, I consider people's skills and interests. You have the options of not at all, rarely, sometimes, often, very often. So it could be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can put it. The second question, I doubt myself and my ability to succeed. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Number 3, I expect nothing less than top-notch results from people. Number 4, I expect my people to work harder than I do. Number 5, when someone is upset, I try to understand how he or she is feeling. Number 6, when circumstances change, I can struggle to know what exactly to do. Question number 7, I think that personal feelings shouldn't be allowed to get in the way of the performance and productivity. Question number 8, I'm highly motivated because I know I have what it takes to be successful. Question number 9, time spent worrying about team morale is time that is wasted. Question number 10, I get upset and worried quite often in the workplace. Question number 11, my actions show people what I want from them. Question number 12, when working with a team, I encourage everyone to work toward the same overall objectives. Question number 13, I make exceptions to my rules and expectations. It's easier than being the enforcer all the time. Number 14, I enjoy planning for the future. Question 15, I feel threatened when someone criticizes me. Question number 16, I make time to learn what people need from me so that they can be successful. Question number 17, I'm optimistic about life and I can see beyond temporary setbacks and problems. Question number 18, I think that teams perform best when individuals keep doing the same tasks and perfecting them instead of learning new skills and challenging themselves. These are the 18 questions for you. I hope you have marked them with respect to not at all, 1, rarely, 2, sometimes, 3, often 4, and very often 5. In the time scale of 1 to 5, you must have marked them. Okay, let's try and understand them. So this would be the scoring, right? If 18 to 34 you have scored, you need to work hard on your leadership skills. The good news is that if you use more of these skills at work, at home, and in the community, you will be a real asset to the people around you. You can do it, and now is a great time to start. If you have scored 35 to 52, you're doing okay as a leader, but you have the potential to do much better. While you have built the foundation of effective leadership, this is your opportunity to improve your skills and become the best you can be. Examine the areas where you lost points and determine what you can do to develop the skills in these areas. And if you have scored 53 to 90, excellent. You are well on your way to becoming a good leader. However, you can never be too good at leadership or too experienced. So look at the areas where you didn't score maximum points and figure out what you can do to improve your performance. Lovely. Have you enjoyed this game? Keep playing again if you really want to improve. Now, what exactly are these effective leadership skills? Leadership skills are skills you use when organizing other people to reach a shared goal. Whether you are in a management position or leading a project, leadership skills require you to motivate others to complete a series of tasks, often according to a schedule. Leadership is not just one skill, but rather a combination of several different skills working together. Some examples of skills that make a strong leader are: number one, analytical decision making. Analytical decision makers use facts from a variety of sources to inform their choices. Number two is communication. Effective communication is essential to present a company's mission, vision, goals, and employees. These are to be communicated to the employees in a better way. Written and spoken communication skills were the top ranked attributes of a good leader. You should have wonderful written as well as speaking skills. Number three is delegation. Leaders know when to delegate work to their team members. There are many ways to successfully delegate, like how you managed a team or a project, or how you delegated responsibilities, established expectations, tracked progress, and provided feedback. So always delegate the work. Never attempt to do all the work by yourself. The fourth important point of a leadership skill is teamwork. Effective teamwork and team management is definitely a quality of a successful leader. Leaders must be able to tackle complex problems and engage their teams in decision making. In other words, today's leaders must be great team players. Agree with it? And then you have what is called as the adaptability as the next important leadership skill. In the Journal of Leadership, Accountability and Ethics, adaptability is ranked high in the list of crisis management leadership skills. Leaders don't just need to adapt well during a time of crisis. However, they also must adapt well to everyday changes. Great leaders respond to changing needs and pivot the direction of a team or organization when necessary. The sixth and trusting skill for an effective leadership skill is creatively problem solving. Obstacles arise even in well planned projects, also. How do you look at all those problems for ways to turn problems into opportunities? Lead brainstorming sessions to find solutions, or use the 5 whys technique to uncover the root of the problem. They are very essential to evolve as leaders. The point is, there are many ways around a problem, and employers value creative problem solving. This is a great leadership skill to demonstrate how you have creatively removed an obstacle to aid a project's success. The seventh effective leadership skill is trustworthiness. Good leaders can be trusted to meet deadlines, better their employees, and be role models for their teams. Accountability, hard work, positivity, persistence, integrity, and respect are traits of workplace role models. Yes or no? Of course, the last but not the least effective leadership skill is tech savviness. Technology is a part of nearly every job, and leaders are expected to leverage it for growth, innovation, and efficiency. The full breadth of this leadership skill is by listing your experience with industry specific technologies, whether that's computer languages or coding or project management systems, whatever. You should be tech savvy and learn more. So, based upon our understanding, let us now talk about the different types of leaderships that we have. The very first one is laissez faire. Second, participative leadership. Third is autocratic leadership. Fourth is coaching leadership. Fifth is transactional leadership. Seventh is transformational leadership. And the eighth is charismatic leadership. Let's learn about each in a bit of detail. Laissez-faire leadership is direct supervision of teammates. No regular feedback of the supervision. Highly experienced and trained employees are required. The laissez-faire style produces no leadership. This almost gives to heroes. And that's why the literal meaning of the French word laissez-faire is let them do. Let them do, which can be translated as let it be in English. In such a leadership style, leaders delegate the responsibility to team members and let them work on their own with the minimum or no interference at all. Laissez-faire leadership style gives the maximum scope for innovation and flexibility. It works best for the creative teams, having self-motivated and experienced individuals who don't require that level of supervision and invigilance. Mahatma Gandhi was a laissez-faire leader from India who believed that people work best when they are not told what to do but encouraged to work on their own. On the screen, you would find Queen Victoria, who was a typical example of laissez-faire leadership. The second type of leadership is participative or democratic leadership. The input of team members and peers are to present their views, but responsibility of making the final decision rests with the participative leader. Participative leadership boosts teammates' morale because leadership styles, participative leadership values make contributions to the decision-making process, and it makes them to feel as if their opinions matter a lot. Unlike the above leadership of laissez-faire, the democratic leadership style is more participative in nature, where the leader involves team members while making critical decisions. It works well for an organization where team members are highly skilled and experienced. The best part of this kind of leadership style is that the communication is active, upward to downward. Also called as participative leadership because it requires the leader to be intelligent, creative, considerate, and competent. In any workplace scenario, democratic leadership style is most preferred over the other leadership styles. And on the screen, you could see Nelson Mandela being the representative of the participative or democratic leadership. The third type of leadership is called as the autocratic leadership. The autocratic leadership style allows managers, makes decisions alone without the input of others, and possesses total authority and impose their will on team members. No one challenges the decision of the autocratic leaders. Autocratic leadership style is a strong one-dimensional leadership style that it's a one-dimensional leadership style that gives full power or authority to the leaders or boss or manager. In this style, the leader makes all the decisions without any consultation with the subordinates or the team members. He makes all the crucial calls, which are then communicated to team members, and they are expected to work on the instructions immediately. In a nutshell, the leader is the ultimate decision maker in an automatic or autocratic leadership style. Famous names such as Donald Trump or maybe Adolf Hitler, Mussolini are typical autocratic leader. The next type of leadership is a coaching leadership. Coaching leadership style was debatable for quite some time to consider it as a style of leadership or not. However, it is one of the most effective leadership styles that doesn't lead directly or indirectly. In this leadership style, leaders are most like coaches or teachers which involve coaching or supervising team members. It is a relatively modern leadership style that is being employed more often by many organizations. It comes with a bouquet of additional benefits such as boosting employee motivation, increasing their performance skills, grooming, and motivating the team members, and so on and so forth. The coaching style works best when the leader wants to help teammates build lasting personal strengths that make them more successful overall. It is least effective when teammates are defiant and unwilling to change or learn, or if the leader lacks proficiency. A great coach is definitely a leader who also possesses a unique gift like teaching and training. They groom people to improve. On the screen, you have Dale Carnegie, the very famous writer. Remember, it is always the coaching style or the teachers who motivate the students and make the students number one, which are important, according to Carnegie. Then we have the transactional leadership. Transactional leadership works within the rules and regulations and emphasizes getting things done within the umbrella. The employees are motivated by reward and punishment. The subordinates have to obey the orders of the superior. The subordinates are not self-motivated. They have to be closely monitored and controlled to get the work done from them. Bill Gates is a typical example of transactional leader. On the screen, you could see Bill Gates. The next variety of leadership is transformational leadership, often considered as one of the most desirable leadership styles. It is all about creating a thriving work culture through effective communication in team. However, it demands a certain level of strategic vision and intellectual stimulation to initiate change in oneself and others in an organization. Transformational leadership focuses on setting high goals with strict deadlines and working in unison to accomplish them on time. This way, transformational leaders set challenging expectations for themselves and the team to which expect exceptional results. The advantages of transformational leadership are it leads to a lower employee turnover rate. Transformational leadership places high value on corporate vision. High morale of employees is often experienced. It uses motivation and inspiration to gain the support of the employees. It's not a coercive approach to leadership, and it places high value on relationships. So, this way, transformational leaders set challenging expectations for themselves and the team for achieving exceptional results. On the screen, you could find a number of transformational leaders: Benjamin Franklin, Henry Ford, Walt Disney, Joan of Arc, Jesus the God. All of them have transformed the society. Charismatic leadership is the next one. Leaders applying charismatic leadership styles are the ones who automatically or rather smartly attracts a plethora of people with their charm and charisma. They are self-motivated, passionate, and confident. Leadership style like this can be used to build a powerful standing in the marketplace and gain a huge fan following using their strong self-image. However, charismatic leadership style is considered less favorable as the success or failure heavily relies on only one person, on the leader and its impact. It is perceived more of a one-man show than a collective team effort. The present Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is considered as one of the most charismatic leaders in the entire world. So, leadership is an important facet, whether you are running a kitchen, an organization, or a country. It comes with its own set of responsibilities and challenges, as each one of us has a distinct style of leadership and managing things. It is confusing to gauge what a leadership style should be implemented, when, where, and how. If you know your personality type and have a clarity or the kind of leadership that resonates with you the most, it won't be that very difficult. There are dozens of leadership styles, but we have chosen only these because they are very relevant in the present day scenario. Choosing the right leadership style in the given situation is very important. Do what is right, not what is easy. So in any given situation in the society, at home, at workplace, or maybe in the organization, do whatever is required and do it within team and do it together in an intelligent way. The best group that we can find in India is the Tata Group, which has a motto itself as leadership with trust. Here I quote Tata's words, J.R.D. Tata's words. I do not know how history will judge me, says he. But let me say that I have spent a lot of time and energy trying to transform the Tatas from a patriarchal concern to an institutional enterprise. See how beautiful it is. What I have done is to establish growth mechanisms, play down individuals, and play up the team that has made the companies what they are. I, for one, am not the kind of loves dwelling in the I. On the contrary, if history remembers me at all, I hope it will be for this transformation of I into we. A very wonderful message from the Tata leader, where leadership is with trust. So, leadership qualities are quite many. Presenting a positive personal image and being assertive is one quality. Delegating the tasks to the people with the right skill set. Listening, supporting, and giving constructive criticism. Clarifying the problem and making logical decisions. Persuading and motivating. Creating an enthusiasm to make things happen. Proper planning, organizing, and setting objectives. Taking the initiative and responding flexibly to challenging situation or changing situations. Accepting responsibility for mistakes and wrong decisions, persevering when things are not working out, taking a positive attitude to, and learning from failure are the important qualities of a good leader. There is a difference between management and leadership. We have a group of people who are called as managers. Managers are not leaders. Managers are, they plan, they organize, they staff, they coordinate, and they control. That's it. But leaders, on the contrary, influence, motivate, inspire, create, and mentor. In both the cases, you will have communication. In both the cases, you will have problem solving. In both the cases, you require decision making. But a leader, along with communicating, problem solving, and decision making, also influences, motivates, inspires, creates, and mentors by setting his own life as an example. A manager just manages the show, but a leader involves himself into it, takes everybody's hand, and goes ahead as a leader. So the inherent qualities of a leader can be focus on we rather than I is the first step. The second step is accept full responsibility of whatever is going on. Third, do the right thing. Fourth, be a visionary. Fifth, be passionate about winning and meeting with your deadlines. Sixth, keep a positive attitude always. 7, build strong relationships. 8, be composed during tough times. 9, listen to others. 10, always celebrate progress. These are some inherent qualities of a leader. The top 5 essential leadership skills can be self-deployment or self-development. Because business today operate at breakneck speed, leaders should prioritize a half hour a week to focus on themselves. Whether that means learning something new or taking time to plan for the week ahead or maybe anything. Self-development might also mean setting aside time each week to prioritize what exactly you want to achieve in the week ahead. This helps you to become more and more intentional. And as a result of which, when you step into your workspace, you are immediately flooded with communications and fires to put out. This whirlwind hinders your intentionality because you are only reacting. Think about what's most important for you and your team in the upcoming week and set the strategic actions to accomplish them. That's very, very important. So self-development becomes the first step. The next obviously will be the team development. Equally as important as your own development is the development of your team members. Some of the most successful managers today are adopting a leadership approach that embraces developing partnerships with employees. In this paradigm, superiors embrace developing partnerships with employees, working together with them to develop and achieve goals, and allow employees to take a more independent approach in completing their work. Leaders today might check in once in a week for 10 to 15 minutes whether the people on their team to review priorities, what they are working on, and how they are feeling, whether they are overwhelmed or engaged. It's more about collecting real-time data on their team to make sure they are focused on the right things at the right time. Moreover, as job hopping trends continue to increase, retaining talent is more important than ever. Leaders should meet with their team members quarterly to discuss the employer's interest, ambitions, goals, and then work together to develop a path with resources to get there. Many times, leaders aren't aware of all the resources that are available to them, actually. When people think about development, their mind goes to sitting in a classroom. But that's not necessarily the only option. There are videos, e-learning opportunities, on the job trainings, and even networking events that can be helpful. The leader's job is to facilitate all this for his team members for an efficient working. The third important leadership skill is strategic thinking and acting. Companies today must remain nimble and responsive to change, which is why strategic thinking are among the most highly effective leaders according to Harvard Business Review. In the report given by Harvard Business Review, they found that a strategic approach to leader was 10 times more important to the perception of the effectiveness than other behaviors it studied, including communication, hands-on tactical behaviors, and so on and so forth. Strategic thinkers take a broad, long range approach to problem solving and decision making that involves objective analysis, thinking ahead, and planning. The fourth important leadership skill is ethical practice and civic mindedness. Leaders set the standard for teams based on their values. The things you talk about, do, and allow all become part of your team's culture. If you are talking about ethics and doing the right thing, your team will pick up on that. But if you are talking about ethics or values and not doing it, they will ignore you. What you value gets valued by your team as well. Yes or no? Ethics and civic mindedness are often dictated by the organization through written policies and procedures that leaders should learn and periodically reference. Many leaders are aware that these policies exist but only seek them out in times of crisis. Instead, leaders should familiarize themselves with the policies and procedures so they are prepared when an ethics situation arises. Most leaders don't take ethics as seriously as they should. But actually, mishaps happen when something drastic changes take place on the institution and they get caught up in the whirlwind. So leaders should have the ethics front of mind. So when a problem happens, they can handle it quickly, easily, and effectively. The fifth important leadership skill is innovation. For businesses to keep pace in today's competitive marketplace, innovation needs to be an organizational priority, and this type of culture starts at the top. It's easy for leaders to get stuck in a rut performing their everyday responsibilities because people are creatures of habit. Innovation is a good way for leaders to change things up and try something new, which sometimes leads to great ideas and better methods. Leaders need to create an environment in which people feel psychologically safe to try something new, see how it goes, even if you fail. In today's fast-paced world, people are reluctant to try new things. Good leader is he who motivates the innovation. Leadership is synonymous with learning. The best leaders are the ones who are constantly learning and figuring out how to fill the gaps and develop skills that are most meaningful to them. Yes or no? And so, developing your own self as a leader is an important thing because leadership skills are in high demand and a graduate education can help you get there. To improve your skills, it helps to have sustained practice in a real world environment. As a busy professional, balancing learning and work, it can be a challenge. But through rigorous curricula and hands-on experience, graduate schools, or rather anywhere, enables you to gain and improve your leadership skills without taking a break from your current workload, maintaining a real-world focus while learning new theory in tandem. So, dear students, overcome all your fears. Think dynamically. Develop a winning personality. Remember, the magic is all in your mind. Everything is within you. And yes, definitely yes, you can do. Leadership is action, not a position. So do jump into the action. You automatically will evolve as a leader with a vision. Thank you very much for being a part of this video. I extend my best wishes to all of you to become the world leaders in due course of time. Bye-bye from my side.